republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening tonight. Since this is our first board meeting of 2016, and we do not have a chair yet, or the chair or vice chair set, I will lead the meeting, beginning the meeting. So I would like to put on the table, we need a proposal, a motion for one of you folks to be chair for the year 2016. Do we have any interested candidates?
I would like to nominate Jim Salisbury to be the chairman of the board.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Tom?
Karen,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Jim,
I'll abstain.
Dick,
Yes.
Bill.
Coward.
Mr. Chair,
My way out.
congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll turn the meeting to you.
Thank you. In that case, I'll accept nominations for vice chair.
I'll nominate Karen Ford for vice chair.
Second.
Bill,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Karen,
Abstain.
Tom.
Yeah.
I have to call it.
Coward. Okay. With that, we'll go into the committees, the proposed people for the committees. Finance Committee, I have myself and Bill Peppel. Water Committee, I have Dick and Tom Sproul. Communications, Karen and Bill. Electric, Karen and Tom. The BIPAC Committee, I have Bill Peppel. Technology will be myself and Karen, and HR will be myself and Karen. Do we need to approve that or anything?
Motion.
I move to approve the
Okay,
committees.
can I have a motion to approve, please?
Second.
Bill,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Okay, next on the agenda is approve the minutes from the December 31st, 2015 special meeting. You've had a chance to look at the minutes. Do we have any additions or corrections? If not, can I have a motion to approve?
I move that we approve the minutes.
Second.
Tom,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Okay. Hearing of public concerns. Anybody wish to address the board? See none. I'll accept a motion to pay the monthly bills.
So moved.
Second.
Dick,
Yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
All right. Any comments from BPA and staff? Mr. Bryan?
So let's go with the good stuff first. I'm gonna have Lou talk about the Good Neighbor Fund real quick, and then we'll have Joe follow up with the NCTC AMC negotiations and why our channel's off for a while and what's going on with that after Lou's done.
The Bryan Good Neighbors Utilities Fund, you guys are pretty familiar with that. And so in November, we sent out a letter included in the bills requesting some donations to the fund because the balance was pretty much $700 and something. It was getting low. And so for the month of December and then so far here into January, 5 weeks, we have received $6,190 from 83 donors. I'd like to call out the CWU Thrift Shop. As usual, they donated, but they upped their ante this year to $1,250. And also the Wesley United Methodist Church donated $500. So those funds, and BMU employees also donated raised $125. So those funds now, they generally draw on those in April when the HEAT program ends at the end of March. So we'll build that balance, and then those funds will be available for use in April. And just out of curiosity, we went back. The program's now been in place 10 years. It was started in 2005. And in that 10 years, $86,170 has been donated to the fund from the people here in Bryan.
Would you explain who administers the funds?
NOCAC,
Northwest Ohio Community Action.
Yeah, Northwest Ohio Community Action, they do the administering, so, and they apply the federal guidelines. And I forget you can only, there's a limit on how much, $250 or something like that, and it can only be applied to electric and water utilities, not to
Can't pay
cable
cable,
and not to
internet.
yeah. And it's a small, really, a fairly small number, but consistent group of generous people and organizations that keep funding the program.
Thank you, Lou.
That's great, that's good news.
It is a good program, and the 250 is for the calendar year. So if you run into some hard times and you have to use that early in the calendar year, there, that's not available for the end, but there are other services available in our community that we also keep a list of that we turn those in need to. We try to work with them, so.
We cannot keep finance people, so they have to pay or they get turned off, is how it works. Not like an investor utility where they would have to extend some terms.
Correct. Thanks, Lou. Joe, would you like to discuss our favorite topic of conversation lately, AMC and NCTC, and what went on and what's going on there?
Last week, we've been working with, NCTC has been working with AMC Networks for 3 months, trying to come to an agreement for programming. All the other cable operators across the country has been doing the same. And the NCTC represents about 470 individual cable systems and about 4 million customers across the country. So they do have some leverage to negotiate with programmers. However, AMC was being quite obstinate on a lot of the demands they were wanting, and they kept coming to an impasse. They could not come to an agreement. At the 11th hour last week, on January the 31st, I had received notification that many operators were going to pull them before midnight on December the 31st. They were going to pull all AMC networks off, especially the main AMC network, and that some operators were not even going to carry them anymore because of what they're asking for. I made a call on that morning to our programming representative at NCTC, and I informed them that my plan was to leave the channel on, to not shut it down and wait and see what happened over the weekend, over the holiday weekend, and we would deal with it then. If AMC decided at their technical center to deauthorize our equipment, there wouldn't be anything I could do about that. We went ahead and prepared a billboard message with a character generator to physically insert into the channel should we have to remove it. I asked Eric and Lou to help get that ready, which they did. I got a phone call back later on Thursday the 31st, and she was quite serious about me calling her back. It was my programming rep from NCTC. And so I called her back, and she had checked, and she says, "I'm sorry, Joe," she says, "you have to remove that programming before January 1. You'll be in breach of contract. There could be all kinds of fines." We have 2 of those programs that are on Digital Basic, which is BBC America and Independent Film. Hits, where we get our digital streams from, they would take care of that if it came down to that matter. So I asked Eric to come in approximately between 11:30 and 12 a.m. Asked him to come in and to take that channel off, channel 66 off, and to insert the billboard message, which he did. And I'd been getting emails all afternoon at home following up from NCTC. At about 12:48 a.m. on January the 1st, I received an email from them saying that operators do not have to remove the channel. You can leave it on. We think we'll get a deal this weekend. So I asked Eric on Friday morning early. I asked him if he'd come back over and restore the channel, which he did. So this went all throughout the day. I keep getting all these emails from those folks. And finally, late on New Year's Day, late in the evening, they came to an agreement. And they stated that they would be sending all the members out emails at the first of the week to go over what the details were. Well, yesterday morning, I got some emails, and I looked at our agreement. I went on the NCTC. You have to have a certain password to even see it. They are not letting the details of the agreement out throughout the industry because people are speculating how bad it is, so forth and so on. So basically what we've got is, instead of a 10-year agreement that they were demanding, the NCTC's got a 5-year agreement, which will be to 2021. So they did that. But they did not respond to my email today yet. I'm asking if the rates that I saw are per channel, and if we have to move those 2 channels from basic down to extended basic, which we don't really have space for. And if we have to carry all those channels. It's still kind of a gray area. The rate is going to be significant. It's by a percentage. It's significant from what it is, but it is still less than some other programmers that we carry. If they want to charge that fee for the 2 channels on digital basic, and if they allow us to do it, my recommendation to Bryan, to the board, will be to remove those 2 channels, because it's going to drive the cost of digital basic programming up for people. And we don't know where we're at yet with that. So basically what's happened is they strong-armed and got a lot. There's another thing that I set through today. NBC Networks, it's called NBC Universal, which is not the broadcast, it's the satellite channel division of it. I did a webinar today. A lot of the things they're seeking doesn't affect us because we already carry those channels in our lifeline, which is extended basic, but they are talking about a significant program increase percentage-wise. But it's what it is across the board with all the programmers. It's pretty much in line with what most of them are doing. So that's where we're at with what happened.
Joe, did they give you any time frame when we'll know what the cost is going to be on this, or we'll have to make a decision?
Yes, sir. I know what the cost is. I know what the cost on the rate card was from AMC, but I don't know if it's for that channel alone or for each channel.
Okay.
Basically, I can give you a percentage. It's a 300% increase. Basically, 3 times what we were paying. What we were currently paying is 3 times that amount, plus or minus so many tenths of a cent.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we will not be able to tell you what that increase that we're going to have to propose to you guys in the very near future is actually going to look like, because we're still hammering out that plus a couple other ones that are floating out there that we got to tie down. You know, by that I mean, quite honestly, come March, probably we're going to have all those numbers tied down, and we're going to come to you guys and talk to the board and say, you know, this has to be passed on. Or tough decisions on certain channels are going to have to be made.
And you don't know if that's going to be times 1 or times 3, correct?
That's right. I do not know. No.
We don't want to give that price right now because we don't.
No. I mean, it really doesn't matter because we don't know yet. And the other thing is, I might add that with these rates, they are set, but we have to decide by February the 1st, which is an action that Bryan and I always take through the NCTC, through the participation agreement sign-up that we do. We have to we have to decide no later than February the 1st if we're going to enter into the AMC networks and continue to carry it or drop it. But my recommendation to the board is that it is a very popular channel, and it's probably not a good decision business-wise to remove that channel.
Joe, how has the billing, the past billing been done? As a single channel? Price
yeah.
for all three as a package?
Yes, each channel has been billed separately, Karen,
Okay.
so far. And, but we don't, see right now it shows one rate, and it's got some weird language to it, but it shows one rate, okay, and I know what that rate is. I do not know if that's gonna be just for AMC, and there's gonna be a different rate for the other two, or if that is per channel. And like I said, she didn't answer me today, so I'm gonna be out for a few days, but I still get my emails on my phone, so hopefully she'll get back with me. And as far as the rate increase goes, what we do is we wait till all of the rates are populated into the NCTC database and our other vendors each year. And like Bryan said, it's generally about February, the end of February, before that all settles down to what we know what our real program rates are gonna be. And that's what we take to determine what rates need to be passed along or what other action needs to be taken.
Another question, Joe. You mentioned that they wanted it to be in the digital basic, but they might be able to allow it to be in the digital expanded basic or
Okay,
that
yes,
tiering.
yes, sir, yes, sir. One of the things they've been trying to force is for every operator to carry all of the AMC networks in the most penetrated tier, which is extended basic. If they force us to do that, because we have a couple of other obligations and this year that we have to add some programming already in extended basic. If we do not have the channel capacity, then I'll have to just tell the NCTC we don't, and we'll have to drop those two stations. But if we, if we do, and if we get grandfathered in now, we'll tell you one thing that helps us. We're under 10,000 customers. Any system that's over 10,000 customers, they've got to carry a couple more stations that we don't carry. So,
There's an advantage of being smaller, something like
Yeah.
that.
in this case,
I'm glad you clarified. Small
Yeah, I know.
advantage.
Small advantage.
okay.
So tough decisions coming.
Yeah.
There really is. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
The last thing I want to hit real quick is I did have a couple phone calls from board members when they were going through the bills, and I did want to point out there was a question on one of the wells that we had repaired. Realize we do maintenance on those every so many years, and then we also do full rehabs on them. Well 3 happened to be scheduled for pretty much a major rehab because it was due, and in the process there was some other damage to the casing that's occurred over the years, and typically you don't pull the casing out. We elected to go ahead and pull the casing out and have new stainless steel put in and clean it all up, so the well is actually pumping at a 40% over efficiency. I mean, it's really back to par. So that's why you would have seen a higher bill than what we normally anticipate. So thanks for the phone call on it, though, and the question on it.
It was well number 3.
Yeah.
And I don't know what a well number 3 is. Do
You know, I don't have Norm here. Is well 3 out back, Lou?
Okay. Out
Yeah,
back.
I'm terrible. Out
That
back.
between here and the railroad track.
Between here and the railroad tracks, there's 3 little houses and one of those. No, actually, the study we had by Ben and Williams actually indicated that there was a pumping issue with that well, as well as well 2, which is one we're tackling this summer. And don't ask me where well 2 is, I need to have Norm here. But we do have that in the budget for this current year to tackle well 2 at the same level if needed. So that would be it.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. Rhonda?
No, sir.
Okay. Gloria?
No, sir.
Anybody? Okay. Tom? Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, it's a new year, we're off and running, it's good to be here, good to work with all of you.
Bill?
Yeah, I would echo Tom's. Nice to be here and excited to serve. So that part. I remember Christmas Day in my neighborhood on Cardinal Drive, there was a water leak. So I drove by and saw Gus Holbert, and he was, "What are you doing, Gus?" And there's a water leak.
Yeah.
It needed to get fixed, and there's water all over the place, and they got her fixed up, and I saw some sort of posting on Facebook that was very positive from the customer who appreciated appreciate the service. And so Christmas Day, our crew's out there working and doing a good job and providing quality service to our customers. And the crew should be applauded for that. So congratulations to the staff and the water department for that. Nice to get positive comments from customers.
Dick?
Well, I just like to say, I thought we had a pretty good year, 2015. Had a few hiccups with turbine and stuff, but we got through it and looking forward to new board members and moving the utility, keep going forward.
Karen?
Oh, welcome the new board members. Look forward to working with you. And want to emphasize thank you to the Thrift Shop United Women for the exceptional donation. They are always good.
Yeah, it is. It's quite an accomplishment. Yeah, I welcome you guys, welcome you, Tom, welcome you back, Bill. Look forward to working with you. I'm sure we'll have a good year. I guess that's it. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So,
Second?
Dick,
yes.
Karen,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.